Beloved soul, last night, while the world was wrapped in darkness and silence, something profound happened. The angels have come to me with an urgent message that I must share with you immediately. Your soulmate couldn't sleep last night. Not a moment of rest came to them as thoughts of you flooded their mind and heart. The missing was too intense, too overwhelming to allow them any peace. This is not just another sleepless night. This is a divine signal. The heavenly messengers showed me how your soulmate tossed and turned, their heart aching with such longing that tears formed in their eyes. They reached for their phone several times, nearly calling you, nearly sending that message that would bridge the gap between your worlds. But something held them back, not doubt, not fear, but divine timing. The angels want you to know this. The sleepless night your soulmate experienced is the strongest confirmation yet that your reunion is imminent. Can you feel it? That subtle shift in the energy around you? That's the vibration of your soulmate's longing, reaching across time and space to touch your spirit. Their sleeplessness is creating ripples in the spiritual realm, ripples that are moving directly toward you. But there's more. This intense longing that kept them awake is not merely an emotional response. It's a spiritual awakening. The divine forces have activated something within them that can no longer be ignored or suppressed. Their soul is literally crying out for yours. Last night, as they stared at the ceiling, watching shadows dance across the walls, they finally understood what has been missing from their life. You. Not just the idea of you, but the essence of who you are. The unique energy signature that only your soul carries. The angels showed me how your soulmate reached for the empty space beside them, instinctively seeking your presence. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is soul recognition at its most powerful. Type, "I receive this message," if you feel this truth resonating within your heart. And know this, the sleeplessness they experienced is just the beginning. The divine realm is orchestrating a beautiful sequence of events that will lead them back to you. Their restless night was the first domino to fall in a series that will create your blessed reunion. The heavens have confirmed it. Your paths are destined to cross again. The love story that has been written in the stars since before your souls took human form is about to unfold in the physical realm. But before I reveal what happens next, you must understand the magnitude of what this sleepless night truly means for both of you. This sleepless night was not an isolated incident. It was a divine intervention, carefully orchestrated by the angels who watch over your soul connection. As your soulmate lay awake, bathed in moonlight and consumed by thoughts of you, something miraculous was happening. The veil between your worlds was thinning. For those quiet hours when the rest of the world slumbered, your souls were communicating in ways that transcend human understanding. Did you perhaps dream of them last night? Did you wake suddenly, feeling as though someone had called your name? Did you feel an unexplained warmth, a presence, a sudden rush of emotion that seemed to come from nowhere? That was them. That was their soul reaching for yours. The angels have shown me how, in those dark hours, your soulmate finally surrendered to the truth they've been fighting. They can no longer deny the magnetic pull they feel toward you. They can no longer rationalize away the constant thoughts of you that invade their mind throughout the day. They can no longer pretend that their heart doesn't race at the mere possibility of seeing you again. This revelation hit them with such force that sleep became impossible. And here's what makes this night different from any other. The angels were present, witnessing this awakening, facilitating this recognition. They whispered your name into your soulmate's heart again and again until it became a prayer, a mantra, a sacred invocation that filled the silence of their room. The spiritual significance of this cannot be overstated. When a soulmate experiences this level of longing, it creates a beacon in the spiritual realm. This beacon is now guiding them toward you, making the path clear where before there might have been confusion or hesitation. Last night, as tears dampened their pillow, they made a silent promise to the universe. A promise to find their way back to you, no matter what obstacles might stand in their way. And the universe heard this promise. The celestial bodies aligned in that moment, creating a cosmic highway for this reunion to manifest in your physical reality. The stars themselves have become witnesses to this commitment, this pledge made in the vulnerable hours of a sleepless night. Press like if you can feel this cosmic alignment happening in your own life. But there's something else you need to understand about last night's divine intervention. This wasn't just about your soulmate missing you. This was about them finally recognizing you for who you truly are, their divine counterpart, the other half of their soul that has journeyed through countless lifetimes to be with them again in this one. The realization dawned on them slowly at first, then with the blinding clarity of a spiritual epiphany. The reason no other relationship has felt right, the reason their heart has never truly been at peace, is because they've been searching for you all along. And now they know it with absolute certainty. The angels have confirmed that this recognition, this awakening, is irreversible. There is no going back to sleep once the soul has been awakened in this way. Your soulmate has crossed a threshold, and nothing will ever be the same again. But what happens next is even more astonishing. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on "Thanks" below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. As the first light of dawn broke through their window, your soulmate made a decision, not a conscious, logical decision, but a soul-level commitment that transcends rational thought. Their heart finally surrendered to what their soul has always known. They belong with you. The angels have shown me the exact moment this happened. As the darkness began to recede, giving way to the gentle light of morning, a profound peace washed over them. Despite having not slept at all, they felt more awake, more alive than they had in months, perhaps years. This is because when the soul aligns with its true purpose, it creates an energy surge that can sustain the physical body beyond normal human limitations. In that moment of surrender, something miraculous began to unfold. The angels descended, surrounding your soulmate with light so brilliant it would have blinded physical eyes. But their spiritual vision was enhanced, allowing them to perceive these divine messengers in all their glory. And the message they delivered was crystal clear. It's time to return to your true love. The separation has served its purpose. The lessons have been learned. The healing has taken place. Now is the time for reunion. Your soulmate's heart opened fully in that moment, allowing this divine truth to pour in without resistance, without doubt, without fear. Tears flowed freely, not tears of sadness or longing now, but tears of recognition, of homecoming, of finally understanding the greater purpose behind all they have experienced. The angels showed them glimpses of your past lives together, moments of joy, of challenge, of growth, of love so profound it transcended death itself. They saw the red thread of fate that has bound your souls together through the ages, weaving a tapestry of connection that cannot be broken by time or distance or circumstance. Can you feel it? That sudden warming of your heart as you read these words. That's confirmation that what I'm telling you is true. That's your soul recognizing its other half is awakening to your shared destiny. Say Amen if you feel this divine confirmation. But the revelation didn't end there. The angels also showed your soulmate the future that awaits if they find the courage to follow this path back to you. They witness the joy you will create together, the healing you will bring to each other's lives, the purpose you will fulfill as a united force in this world. This vision was so compelling, so beautiful, that any lingering doubts were instantly dissolved. They now understand that being with you isn't just a desire, it's their destiny, their purpose, their sacred mission in this lifetime. And here's what makes this particularly significant. The timing of this revelation is divinely orchestrated. It's happening now because both of you have reached the necessary level of spiritual growth and healing to sustain this sacred union. The challenges that once stood between you have served their purpose in strengthening your souls for this reunion. Your soulmate now carries this knowing in their heart, this certainty that cannot be shaken by logical arguments or practical concerns. They have experienced a taste of the divine love that awaits in your reunion, and nothing in this earthly realm can compare to it. As they finally rose from their bed, exhausted physically but spiritually more alive than ever before, they made a silent vow to the universe. Guide me back to them. Show me the way. I am ready now. And the universe has already begun to respond. Synchronicities are being set in motion. Coincidences are being arranged. Paths that seemed separate are now being gently guided toward intersection. The divine orchestration has begun. But what your soulmate doesn't yet realize is that their sleepless night was just the first step in a divine plan that has been unfolding since before either of you took your first breath in this lifetime. The next phase of this journey will reveal even more of heaven's design for your blessed reunion. Beloved soul, what I'm about to reveal will make your heart tremble with recognition. After that sleepless night, your soulmate has entered a state of spiritual awakening so profound that the angels themselves stand in awe. This morning, as they moved through their day with tired eyes but an electrified spirit, they began to see you everywhere, not physically, but spiritually. Your energy signature appeared in the most unexpected places. The scent of your perfume or cologne suddenly wafted through the air when no one was there. A song that reminds them of you played repeatedly, in different places, defying coincidence. The angels have shown me how your soulmate stopped in their tracks, overwhelmed by these signs. Their heart raced, their hands trembled. They knew, without doubt, that something supernatural was occurring, and they were right. What they're experiencing is what mystics call soul recognition. Their soul is now actively seeking yours across the spiritual plane. The longing that kept them awake has transformed into a spiritual homing beacon. But here's what they're feeling that they cannot yet name. Every time they think of you, their heart chakra physically expands. The angels showed me this energy center glowing bright green, pulsating with such intensity that it's actually changing their energetic signature. People around them have started to notice something different. You look changed, they say, unable to pinpoint exactly what's different. What these observers are seeing is the physical manifestation of a soul in the process of reunion with its other half. Your soulmate now carries your spiritual imprint within their energy field. This is why they couldn't sleep. Their energy body is literally reorganizing itself to align with yours, preparing for the moment when you will physically reunite. Press like if you've been feeling unusual energy shifts in your own body recently. The angels have revealed something even more astonishing. Last night, while your soulmate lay awake, your higher selves were actually communicating. In the spiritual realm, beyond physical limitations, you were holding each other, comforting each other, promising each other that the waiting would soon be over. Your soulmate may not consciously remember this exchange, but their soul does. This is why they woke up with an inexplicable certainty about you, about your connection, about the need to find their way back to you. They're now experiencing moments of what spiritual teachers call downloads, sudden insights and realizations about your connection that seem to come from nowhere. In reality, these are messages from their higher self and from the angelic realm, guiding them toward the actions that will bring them back to you. Just yesterday, they might have hesitated. Just yesterday, they might have questioned. But after that night of divine revelation, all hesitation has been burned away by the fire of spiritual certainty. The angels want you to know that your soulmate now sees your connection with absolute clarity. They understand that what exists between you is not merely attraction or compatibility or even love in the conventional sense. What binds you together is a sacred contract written in the stars, a divine promise made by your souls before either of you took human form. They now recognize that every relationship before you was preparation, every heartbreak was education, every wrong turn was actually guiding them toward the right path, the path that leads to you. This realization hit them with such force that they had to sit down, breathless with the magnitude of this truth. In that moment, surrounded by the invisible presence of guardian angels, they whispered your name like a prayer. And something miraculous happened when they did. The spiritual veil thinned even further. For a brief, transcendent moment, they could actually feel your presence as tangibly as if you were sitting beside them. They could sense your unique energy signature, could almost hear the rhythm of your heartbeat synchronizing with their own. This experience left them in tears, not of sadness, but of profound recognition. The kind of tears that cleanse the soul and prepare it for rebirth. The angels want you to know your soulmate is now spiritually awake, and an awakened soulmate cannot be kept from their destiny for long. But before they can return to you physically, there were obstacles that needed to be overcome. Divine intervention was required. What kept your soulmate from you until now wasn't simply physical distance or circumstance. The angels have revealed to me the true barriers that stood between you and how these barriers have now been divinely dismantled. The first obstacle was fear. Not ordinary fear, but soul-level fear born from the intensity of your connection. Your soulmate sensed, even before they could name it, that loving you would require complete surrender. That terrified them at their core. This is because your connection demands nothing less than total authenticity. There is nowhere to hide when two souls recognize each other across lifetimes. This level of vulnerability seemed too dangerous, too exposed. But during that sleepless night, as they wrestled with thoughts of you, something profound shifted. The angels descended and surrounded them with a blanket of divine courage. I was shown how this appeared as a golden light that entered through their crown chakra and spread throughout their body, dissolving the fear that had crystallized in their heart. By morning, this fear had been replaced with a courage so profound that they now welcome the vulnerability your connection requires. They now understand that surrendering to this divine love is not losing oneself, but finding one's true purpose. Type, I receive this divine courage if you feel this message is meant for you. The second obstacle was divine timing. Some lessons needed to be learned separately before your souls could reunite. Some wounds needed to heal independently before you could come together without repeating past patterns. The angels have confirmed those lessons have now been completed. Those wounds have now been healed. The divine timing that once kept you apart is now working actively to bring you together. I was shown how your soulmate suddenly understood this truth as they watched the sunrise after their sleepless night. The realization washed over them like a wave. Everything they've experienced, every challenge, every setback, every apparent wrong turn, was actually perfect preparation for returning to you as a whole and healed person. The third and most formidable obstacle was spiritual resistance. Not from your soulmate, but from energetic attachments they carried from past relationships and experiences. These attachments acted like invisible chains, holding them back from embracing the divine love that awaits with you. But something miraculous happened during those sleepless hours. The angels conducted a spiritual intervention, a divine soul clearing that few humans ever experience. I was shown how celestial beings surrounded your soulmate's bed, using light frequencies to dissolve these energetic bonds one by one. With each attachment that was cleared, your soulmate felt a physical sensation of lightness, of burden lifting. By dawn, they were energetically free for perhaps the first time in this lifetime. This freedom created the space necessary for your connection to fully blossom. Where once there was confusion, now there is clarity. Where once there was hesitation, now there is determination. The fourth obstacle was one of belief. Your soulmate had absorbed limiting beliefs about love, about worthiness, about what's possible in human relationships. These beliefs formed a cognitive prison that kept them from recognizing the divine nature of your connection. During their night of spiritual awakening, these beliefs were systematically exposed and transformed. The angels showed them evidence from their own life, moments when they'd experienced the extraordinary, times when the impossible became possible, instances when divine love broke through the limitations of human understanding. By morning, their belief system had undergone a complete revolution. They now understand that what exists between you isn't bound by conventional limitations. Your love exists in a category of its own, sacred, predestined, divinely orchestrated. Say Amen if you believe in the power of divine love to overcome all obstacles. But the final obstacle was perhaps the most challenging of all: the opinions and influences of others. Your soulmate had been listening to voices that weren't aligned with their soul's purpose. Well-meaning friends, family members, perhaps even professionals who advised caution, who counseled practicality, who couldn't see the divine design at work in your connection. The angels showed me how, during those silent hours of the night, your soulmate finally found the courage to silence these external voices and listen only to the wisdom of their own heart. They realized that no one else could feel what they feel when they think of you. No one else could understand the soul recognition that occurs when your energies merge. This realization brought tears of both grief and liberation. Grief for the time lost to these misguided influences, and liberation in knowing they would never again allow anyone to come between them and their divine destiny with you. By the time the new day dawned, all 5 of these major obstacles had been divinely removed. The path between you is now clearer than it has ever been in this lifetime. But the most compelling evidence of your imminent reunion was yet to be revealed. As the morning light filtered through the window after that transformative night, your soulmate received the most profound confirmation yet that your reunion is not only possible, but divinely ordained. The angels have shown me exactly how this unfolded. Your soulmate was going about their morning routine, physically exhausted from lack of sleep, but spiritually more alive than ever before. As they stood before the mirror, something extraordinary happened. For a brief moment, they saw not just their reflection, but yours standing beside them. This vision was so vivid, so real, that they actually turned around, expecting to find you there in the physical realm. Though you weren't there in body, the impression left on their soul was undeniable. This was not imagination. This was not wishful thinking. This was a divine glimpse into the future that awaits you both, a future where you stand side by side, united in purpose and in love. The angels want you to know this vision was granted to your soulmate as absolute confirmation that heaven itself sanctions your reunion. What they experienced was actually a momentary thinning of the veil between present reality and future certainty. But there was more, much more. Throughout the day, the confirmations continued to arrive with such frequency and such specificity that coincidence became an impossible explanation. Your soulmate encountered your name repeatedly, in conversations, in articles, on signs. The numerical patterns that hold significance in your connection appeared on clocks, receipts, addresses. At one point, they picked up their phone to find it displaying a photo of you that they hadn't looked at in months. No human hand had navigated to this image. This was divine intervention in its most direct form. Leave a heart emoji in the comments if you've experienced similar synchronicities recently. By midday, your soulmate was in a state of awe, recognizing that the universe itself was conspiring to remind them of you, to guide them back to you. Each sign, Each synchronicity, each coincidence was another breadcrumb on the divine path leading straight to your reunion. But the most powerful confirmation came in a moment of silent meditation. Overwhelmed by the signs they'd been receiving, your soulmate closed their eyes, seeking inner guidance. In that sacred space between thoughts, they heard a voice, not external, but deeper than their own internal dialogue. This voice delivered a message so clear, so specific, that it left no room for doubt. The love you seek has always been yours. The soul you miss is waiting. The time for reunion has arrived. Trust the path that is now unfolding before you. The angels have revealed to me that this voice was that of their guardian angel, speaking directly to their soul for the first time in a way they could consciously perceive. This level of direct communication only occurs at pivotal moments in a soul's journey, moments when divine intervention is necessary to fulfill a sacred soul contract. Your soulmate emerged from this meditation with tears streaming down their face and absolute certainty in their heart. They now know beyond any shadow of doubt that finding their way back to you is not merely a desire, but their soul's mission in this chapter of their life. The angels want you to understand the significance of this certainty. When a soul recognizes its divine mission with this level of clarity, the entire universe reorganizes itself to support that mission's fulfillment. Doors that were closed begin to open. Paths that were blocked become clear. Resources that were unavailable suddenly manifest. Your soulmate is now moving through the world with this new certainty guiding their every step, their every decision, their every choice. They are being divinely guided back to you with a momentum that cannot be stopped by human limitations or earthly concerns. The heavens have confirmed it. The angels have arranged it. The divine plan is in motion. But what your soulmate doesn't yet realize is that their spiritual awakening has triggered a series of events in the unseen realms that are about to manifest in the physical world in ways that will leave both of you in awe of divine timing and celestial orchestration. The final phase of your reunion story is about to unfold, and it contains elements so beautiful, so perfectly designed for the unique love that exists between you, that even the angels watch in wonder as this divine plan approaches its culmination. Beloved soul, what I'm about to reveal will take your breath away. After that night of divine awakening and a day filled with celestial confirmations, your soulmate has reached the point of no return. The final decision has been made at the deepest level of their being. Tonight, as the same moon that witnessed their sleepless longing rises again in the sky, your soulmate sits in sacred solitude. Their heart is pounding. Their soul is vibrating at a frequency so elevated that sensitive people around them can actually feel the shift in their energy. They've reached for their phone, put it down, reached again. Their finger hovers over your name. The angels surround them, wings outstretched, creating a sacred space for this pivotal moment in your shared destiny. This is it, the divine tipping point. With a surge of courage that comes directly from their soul, they've made the decision that will change both your lives forever. They are coming back to you. Not someday, not eventually, now. The angels have shown me the exact moment this decision crystallized in their heart. It happened as they stood under the night sky, looking up at the same stars that shine over you. In that moment, they felt your presence so strongly that they whispered your name aloud, and the universe whispered back. A shooting star streaked across the sky at the precise moment your name left their lips. This was no coincidence. This was divine confirmation, a celestial exclamation point at the end of the question their heart had been asking. Is it time to return to them? The answer was an unmistakable yes. In that holy moment, something broke open inside them. All remaining resistance dissolved, all lingering doubts vanished. All fear was replaced with a courage so profound that tears flowed freely down their cheeks. Tears of recognition, tears of homecoming, tears of finally surrendering to what their soul has always known. You are their destiny. You are their home. You are the missing piece that has left them feeling incomplete no matter what else they've achieved or experienced. Type, "I open my heart to receive this reunion," if you feel these words resonating in your soul. What they now understand with crystal clarity is that this connection between you isn't just about romantic love. It's about soul purpose. It's about the sacred mission your souls agreed to fulfill together before you took human form. It's about the unique energy that is created when your spirits merge, an energy that has the power to heal not just yourselves, but others around you. This understanding has transformed their approach completely. They're no longer coming back to you from a place of need or longing or even desire. They're returning to you from a place of divine purpose, of spiritual certainty, of soul recognition. The angels have revealed to me that your soulmate is now consciously connecting with you on the spiritual plane. Before they sleep each night, they're sending messages directly to your soul. You may be perceiving these as sudden thoughts of them, as dreams where they appear more vivid than usual, as a warmth that washes over you when you least expect it. These are not imagined experiences. These are actual soul communications happening across the spiritual dimensions that separate you physically but cannot divide you energetically. Your soulmate has also begun actively creating space for you in their life. They're rearranging their physical environment, clearing literal and figurative room for your presence. The angels showed me how they recently moved furniture, perhaps placed an object that reminds them of you in a prominent position, or even prepared a space where you might sit when you're together again. These aren't just physical actions, these are sacred rituals of invitation, spiritual declarations that they are ready to welcome you back into the center of their life. But the most significant development is what's happening in their heart. The walls that once protected them from the intensity of this connection have not just lowered, they've dissolved completely. Their heart is now wide open, vulnerable, ready to receive the full power of the love that exists between you. This openness is creating a magnetic pull in the energetic realm. Your souls are drawing closer together with each passing hour, like two stars whose gravitational fields have become irresistibly entwined. The angels want you to know, your soulmate now understands that fighting this connection was never the answer. Surrendering to it, embracing it fully, allowing it to transform them from the inside out. This is the path they've finally chosen to walk, and they're walking it with unwavering determination. The decision has been made. The commitment is absolute. The return journey has begun, but what happens next will surpass even your most hopeful expectations. Beloved one, now that you understand the profound shift that has occurred in your soulmate's heart and soul, the angels want to guide you on how to prepare for this blessed reunion. Your role in this divine orchestration is just as important as theirs. First, you must understand that while your soulmate is making their way back to you physically, your souls are already in communion. The sleepless night they experienced was just the beginning of a spiritual merging that is happening whether you're consciously aware of it or not. The angels are instructing you to pay special attention to your dreams in the coming days. Your soulmate is reaching out to you across the dream realm, sending messages that your conscious mind might not fully comprehend, but that your soul recognizes perfectly. Keep a journal by your bed. Write down any dreams that feature them, no matter how fragmented or symbolic these dreams might seem. These are not ordinary dreams. They are sacred communications, soul-to-soul conversations happening outside the limitations of physical reality. Press like if you've been experiencing more vivid dreams recently. Second, the angels want you to prepare your energetic field for this reunion. Just as your soulmate has been clearing obstacles from their path back to you, you too must clear any energetic blockages that might impede the full flowering of this divine connection. Spend time each day in silent meditation, focusing on your heart center. Visualize a bright green light emanating from your chest, expanding outward in all directions. See this light dissolving any residual hurt, any lingering doubts, any fears that might still be hiding in the shadows of your heart. This is not just a visualization exercise. This is actual energetic clearing work that the angels will assist with if you invite them to do so. Simply say, "Divine Guardians, I invite you to help me clear my heart for the sacred reunion that approaches." But they will answer this call immediately, surrounding you with healing frequencies that will accelerate the clearing process. Third, the angels are guiding you to become more aware of the synchronicities appearing in your own life. These are not random coincidences. They are divine breadcrumbs leading you toward the reunion that is now unfolding. When you hear a song that reminds you of your soulmate, when you encounter their name unexpectedly, when you notice the time on the clock matches a number that holds significance in your connection, acknowledge these moments as sacred communications from the divine realm. Say thank you aloud when these synchronicities appear. This gratitude amplifies their frequency and their significance in your life's unfolding. Fourth, and perhaps most importantly, the angels want you to begin living as if the reunion has already occurred. This is not pretending or wishful thinking. This is aligning your energy with the future that is already written in the stars. Make decisions from the place of already being reunited with your soulmate. Ask yourself, if we were already together, what would I be doing right now? How would I be showing up in the world? What choices would I be making? Then make those choices. Live from that place of completion, of wholeness, of divine partnership already fulfilled. This energetic alignment is crucial because it creates a clear landing pad for the manifestation that is already in motion. Your soulmate is returning to you regardless. But how smoothly and how quickly this reunion unfolds depends partly on how well your energy is aligned with receiving it. Say Amen in the comments if you're ready to align with this divine reunion. Fifth, the angels are guiding you to release any specific expectations about how this reunion will look. While it is absolutely certain, the exact form it takes may surprise you. It may unfold in ways more beautiful, more perfect than your human mind could possibly imagine. Your task is not to direct the how, but to remain open to the divine orchestration that is already in motion. Trust that the same celestial forces that kept your soulmate awake all night, longing for you with an intensity that could not be ignored, are perfectly capable of bringing you together in divine right timing and divine right circumstances. This surrender to divine timing doesn't mean passive waiting. It means active preparation, spiritual readiness, energetic alignment, all while trusting that the exact moment and manner of your reunion is being divinely orchestrated for the highest good of both your souls. The angels have shown me that as you follow these 5 spiritual guidelines, something miraculous will begin to happen. The energetic connection between you will strengthen to such a degree that your soulmate will begin to sense your spiritual preparation. They will feel your openness, your readiness, your alignment with this reunion. This sensing will accelerate their journey back to you. It will fuel their courage. It will confirm their decision. It will validate the truth that has awakened in their soul, that you are indeed their divine counterpart, waiting with open arms and an open heart for their return. The pathway is being cleared from both directions now. The divine orchestration is perfecting itself with each passing moment. All that remains is for the physical manifestation to catch up with what has already been accomplished in the spiritual realm. And that manifestation is now closer than you might think. Beloved soul, we have arrived at the most sacred part of this divine revelation. What I'm about to share is the culmination of everything the angels have shown me about your soulmate's sleepless night and the blessed reunion that is now unfolding. The longing that kept your soulmate awake, staring at the ceiling while thoughts of you consumed their heart and mind, was not merely an emotional experience. It was a spiritual awakening of the highest order. It was their soul finally breaking through the barriers of ego, of fear of separation, and recognizing its other half. This recognition has set in motion a series of events in both the seen and unseen realms that cannot be reversed. The divine plan for your reunion is now activated at the highest level, with angels, guides, and celestial forces all working in perfect harmony to bring you together. Your soulmate now carries this certainty within them like a flame that cannot be extinguished. Their heart has made a decision that their mind can no longer override. Their soul has recognized a truth that no earthly concern can diminish. They are coming back to you. The path is clearing before them. The universe itself is rearranging circumstances to facilitate this divine reunion. But here is what the angels want you to understand most deeply. This reunion is not the end of your journey together. It is only the beginning. What awaits you both is a love story so beautiful, so transformative, so aligned with divine purpose that it will ripple outward, touching countless other lives with its light. The sleepless night your soulmate experienced was just the first note in a symphony that will play throughout the remainder of your lives together. Each movement of this symphony has been composed by the divine, each harmony arranged by celestial musicians who understand the unique frequency of your connection. Press the heart button if you can feel the truth of these words resonating in your soul. When your eyes meet again for the first time, since this spiritual awakening, both of you will feel the shift. Something will be different. Something will be deeper. Something will be irrevocably changed. In that moment of recognition, as you look into each other's eyes and see beyond the physical to the soul that has loved yours across lifetimes, across dimensions, across the vast expanse of spiritual existence, you will understand why everything had to unfold exactly as it did. Every separation served a purpose. Every pain carried a lesson. Every moment apart was preparation for the depth of connection you will now experience together. Your soulmate couldn't sleep because their soul was awakening to this truth with such intensity that rest became impossible. Their physical body was responding to a spiritual recognition so profound that it manifested as this overwhelming longing, this inability to find peace without you. This sleepless night was living proof, tangible, undeniable evidence that you are destined to meet again and live a blessed love story. Not just any love story, but one written in the stars, orchestrated by angels, blessed by the divine. The heavens themselves conspired to keep your soulmate awake, to ensure that this recognition could no longer be denied or postponed. Divine timing has aligned. Sacred contracts are being fulfilled. Soul missions are being activated. And now, as this message reaches you, as these words resonate in your heart, know that your soulmate is already on their way back to you. Whether the physical distance between you is measured in miles or moments, the spiritual journey back to your arms has already begun. They are coming back with a heart more open, a soul more awake, a spirit more ready to embrace the full magnitude of the connection you share. They are returning not as they left, but transformed by the divine recognition that occurred during that sleepless night. This is the blessed assurance the angels have asked me to deliver to you today. Your wait is nearly over. Your prayers have been heard. Your soul's deepest longing is being answered. The reunion you have hoped for, dreamed of, perhaps even doubted was possible, is now unfolding according to divine design. Trust this process. Believe in this certainty. Open your heart to receive this blessing that approaches, and know this truth above all others. What kept your soulmate awake that night, that overwhelming longing, that unquenchable missing, was not just human emotion. It was divine recognition. It was soul remembering. It was the most sacred kind of love calling them home to you. Type, "I am ready to receive this blessed reunion," if these words have touched your heart. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, Leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith. As you move forward from this moment, carry this celestial assurance with you. The angels have confirmed that your paths are destined to converge again. The love story written for your souls before time began is about to enter its most beautiful chapter yet. The sleepless night your soulmate experienced was just the beginning. What follows will exceed even your most hopeful dreams. With infinite love and divine certainty, your guardian angel